Well, you can't be aware of everything all at once. Can you?
There's a quiet pressure people carry, the idea that they should be able to stay aware and keep up with everything. What if the problem isn't that you're not aware enough? What if awareness itself has its limits, and no one told you? It's tempting to assume growth means becoming endlessly aware, endlessly present, or endlessly capable of holding or knowing everything at once. That type of belief creates pressure, and, as we already know, pressure makes you feel like you're failing at something you were never meant to do. This video reframes awareness, not as something you must endlessly grab onto or expand, but as something that works best within limits. Let's get into it. Awareness doesn't cause you to be overwhelmed, but overwhelm is because you're aware of too much. Overwhelm doesn't happen by ignoring something. It feels like dealing with too much, precisely, all at once. Your mental and physical capacity was spread thinly, to the point of nervous exhaustion. There comes a point when clarity disappears, and what you're trying to accomplish no longer makes sense. As a matter of fact, it no longer matters. You might begin thinking you're weak, untrained, incapable, or not doing the work properly. But in reality, you're tirelessly aware of too many things simultaneously. This overwhelm isn't a lack of awareness, but your mind and its awareness exceeding your established capacity. Your awareness has a workable range. When your internal and external inputs exceeds that range and the desired clarity plummets, it's now fragmented. Human awareness was never designed to be infinite. It has a workable range. This contradicts a deep cultural assumption that consciousness should always expand to meet demand. And when it doesn't, people assume something has gone wrong internally. Awareness has its limits by design. Without a limitation, we'd fry our brain and fall to pieces. When any kind of input exceeds that range, clarity doesn't increase, it fragments. If awareness were limitless, nothing would stand out, because our limits are what allows contrast, focus, and meaning. If you noticed everything equally, nothing would matter. Limited awareness helps us establish workable contrasts. Imagine a world where every sound, sensation, and thought had equal weight. Every important decision-making process would slow to a complete halt. Meaning, as we know it, would disappear. Limits are what allows us to focus, prioritize, and have meaning. Awareness only works because it allows us to exclude most things. Getting more awareness isn't always the solution. Sometimes the issue isn't awareness, it's what we're allowed to take in. This is how we push in the wrong direction. We're widening our awareness while increasing the demand. Then, we do it all over again. Widen, then fill the gaps. When that space is filled, we complain, then widen and fill it again. When clarity begins to drop, people add effort. Then they try to process more, stay mindful longer, or hold everything together through sheer will. The problem isn't insufficient awareness. It's excessive input. Reducing your load restores the needed clarity faster than forcing expansion. Under such pressure, thoughts feel scattered, emotions feel like too much to handle, and decisions feel rushed. People interpret this as regression or loss of progress. What's actually happening is fragmentation, an unseen splitting of your mind. Integration requires space, and overload removes that space. Remember, the goal isn't to gain infinite awareness. The goal is having just enough awareness to help us respond, pause, and choose. Not more awareness, but just enough. Many people chase the ideal of having total presence, but such concept quietly sets them up for failure. Plainly, because it ignores human limits. Having the right-sized amount of awareness means having enough clarity, not to hold everything simultaneously. Yes, we'd like to be superhuman, in a sense. But don't worry, because your limits aren't weakness. Your natural superpowers were given to protect you from allowing everything to be integrated with you. You're that special. They also prevent your overload from turning into collapse. Those limits don't stop you. Instead, they're preventing you from harming yourself. Though experienced as frustration, don't fight them. Try listening. Your limits are protecting you from unwanted integrations of all sorts. They keep overload from turning into shutdown. Respect those limits and restore your trust in the system. Notice those moments when you're trying to stay aware of everything, the latest trend and hype and problems, and what happens to clarity when you do. Notice when clarity drops. This negatively affects not just what you're doing, but how much you're focusing on or holding. This simple test reveals how we allow too much to destroy or distract us from the important things. When overwhelm strikes us where it hurts, we then urge ourselves to fix, push, or negatively judge what our awareness failed to upkeep. Who was the true culprit in all of this? Think about it. Proper observation of what caused your overload reveals exactly where the lack of capacity exceeds and where the space is needed. As we close this segment, remember this. Awareness works in layers. Some things now, some later, some not at all. This isn't about avoidance. It's discernment, wisdom, knowledge, and true understanding. Be willing to take in what you can now, and if it makes sense to do so, add more later. Some things aren't even worth your time. Let the pressure to be limitless dissolve. You are human. Here's a recap. Discernment replaces overload. Awareness works in layers. Limits aren't failure. They're wisdom. This naturally opens the door to the next idea. Simplifying restores power. Okay, we've reached the end of this video. If you enjoy this type of content, let me know in the comment section what topic you'd like me to post next. And if you're new to this channel, please subscribe